Some memories in life are fleeting. You remember them at the time, and then, you kind of forget about it later on. And, that's okay. But certain other memories stick with you, and you think about them even years later. And that's the case here. You see this film, Superman Returns, film with Brand Roof as Superman. I saw this film on June 30th, 2006. I still remember that to this day, and I have very fond memories of seeing it in the theater with someone who was like a Superman to me, someone who was very special to me. He would take me to the comic book store, get me comics on Fridays, not a big fan of school, never a big fan of school, but something to look forward to on Fridays. Not only were Fridays like, the last day of the school week, but also my grandfather would pick me up after school and he would take me to my favorite store to go to, and that was the comic book store, so I could pick up, some comics, some superhero comics, usually Batman related, and maybe some other cool collectibles, and those were some of the most fun times I ever had going to a store. And my grandfather, just dedicated to giving me happiness and just getting me all this cool stuff because he really loved me and I really loved him. And well, he knew, big superhero fan. And I was really excited, when a Superman movie was coming out. I was not born when the other Superman movies had come out, so this was the first chance I ever had to see a Superman movie in theaters, and that was pretty exciting. And well, my grandfather was the one who took me, and he took me to that. And during that time in his life, not doing well health wise, but he was still dedicated to taking me to this movie. Not only picking me up, but also taking me to the movie, and that was just very sweet of him, and it really goes to show how caring he was, and how, he was like that sort of Clark Kent Superman symbol of hope in my life that I really needed. And took me to the movie, and that was a good experience. And one of the childhood memories that I look upon most fondly, maybe the fondest memory I ever have of going to the movies, was seeing this, Superman movie with him. And I have a soft spot in this movie for a lot of different reasons. Played with my brand new Superman toy a lot, have fond memories of that, and I love how nostalgic and respectful this film is to the original Christopher Reeve movies. But I also have nostalgia for this film because I saw it with my grandfather, and it was a really good experience. So I feel like this movie is sort of like eternal, like representation, or like a way of honoring that memory, keeping that alive. I think like, June 30th, 2006. Now that's the day that I saw that movie with my grandfather, and so this movie really does mean a lot. Again, for other reasons, because I do think it's a great movie, even if I didn't see it with my grandfather. I still think it's a great movie that deserves a lot more respect. But I nostalgia does play a role, of course, in my love for the film. And my grandfather, sadly, he passed away later that year. But I think I wanted to do this video to show that the importance that someone can make. It's not just like, I went to the movies and I enjoyed that, and just move on to the next thing. Think about new movies and other stuff. Sometimes those memories and that impact that a person that you really love, it can last for years, because that was back in 2006, and I still have fond memories of that. I still have fond memories of him taking me to the comic book store, and I am still grateful, and I'm still changed for the better to this day by the impact that he left on me. I felt like, my love for him, inspired me to, for some of the things I did as a writer, and, just left this really sentimental impact in my heart. And yeah, so I want it to be stated that, just because someone passes, that doesn't mean their positive impact they left on the world is over. Because 2006, long time ago, but those memories, they still exist within me, and they still inspire me and change me and help me grow as a person. My childhood really wouldn't be as special or as happy without my grandfather, and I am eternally grateful, not just in the moment. I'm eternally grateful to him for all that he did, and I certainly miss him a lot, but the important impact he left on me still exists, and I love him very much. So I want to be stated that, the impact someone leaves, it can last a very, very long time, and it can still change this world for the better.